Okay. Somebody hit kind of like a sore spot with me real quick, and it was about love and how she basically stated that when you love someone, it doesn't matter what they have. Baby, I'm 30 years old, basically. I mean, you may as well go on and just take it like that. I have been in 3 serious relationships. I've lived with 2 women. Okay? Um, Honestly, with all the women I've dated, well, I'm not going to say all, but the majority of the women that I was in serious relationships with, I can say the first one that I had a very serious relationship with, um, we both pretty much had nothing when we began. We were on the same level. We continued on that same level. And at some point, I was young. I was 20, 21. She was 30, 32. No, I'm sorry. She was about to be 30 at the time. And because I was so young and naive, I allowed the haters to blindside me. Now, keep in mind, I stayed with this woman even through that for another year, being blinded by the fact that I just loved her. Um, the last relationship I had, clearly I was used. Clearly. To this day, she swears she loves me, but keep in mind, in both of these relationships, as soon as we broke up, another woman moved in with them within a month's time. Love can blind you. And if you're not careful, the person with the right word at the right time, with the right sex and the right peace of mind and the right piece of tail, can have you whipped and totally dumbfounded. Um, you don't know right off if you're gonna love someone. That takes time, and that took me a long time to understand. Am I an expert? No, but on my past experiences, I just took the lessons and left the pain behind. I don't want to be blinded by love, basically. I don't want to be so blind to a love that I have that she is constantly cheating on me. Everyone sees it but me, and, I'm just blinded by love. Now, you said that she could be broken, I could be her taxi because love will make me want to be her taxi. Yeah, I've been there too. And that's not where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, and then you said she could pay for her own cab, but at the same time, this is Georgia, boo, and it's expensive to take a cab in Georgia. So, it's about the same as having a car note once you add it all up. You know what I mean? It's not like, taking a dollar cab in New York City. Um, so that's what I really meant by that. And then the bus lines, hell, if you don't live in the same city as I do, it's going to take you 2 hours to get here on the bus. By then, I'm asleep. So, I'm asleep, worrying about you, half sleep, trying to get some rest for work the next day, not knowing if you got mugged on the bus or not. I'd rather just pick you up, and I don't want to feel obligated to that. Love can be so blind that you'll want to work through things that can't be worked through. Love can be so blind, have you so blind, that you're steady trying to work on something that that person isn't even interested in having with you. Blank stare, independent, I know you know. I'm just really not into, and I'm catching a lot of flack for this, but at the same time, you got to understand the mentality that I'm coming from. I come from the Vision Church, where my pastor really is anointed to empower us. I am empowering myself over my future, my destiny. You know what I'm saying? Having these basic guidelines, it's like, this is like the reason why America's job status is the way it is. Um, you don't really hear about too many American companies doing well because you don't have too many Americans following the guidelines. Think about it. aside from the Escalade and the Explorer, well, hell, I know somebody with an Explorer and it ain't working too well either, but it's not too many American made products that people rave about because the quality sucks. Because when we go to work, we don't follow the guidelines. We want to get sidetracked. I'm not going to curse, we're halfway doing our jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm a manager, and at my job, I'm constantly on my associates about how they conduct themselves on the job. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a production atmosphere. Be productive. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing. If you don't have basic guidelines on what you want in your life, you will end up with just anything. Trust me. I've been there. Back in the day when I was just dating and dating and dating, I came across a lot of good ones and a lot of bad ones. But maybe you're right. Because when I didn't have specifics, I would just come across people and they would be terrific, but I couldn't see it till it was too late. Um, but at the same time, now that I've grown that wisdom and pieced together who all those people were, and some of them now are this person that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? They've grown into that person. What I'm saying is I need a grown up. Because basically, this whole list is just a grown up. It's a grown up. It's a maturity level that most people don't even get to see until they pass 25. You know, when your finances become organized and in order, when your credit is at a rating where you can pretty much go do whatever you want, when you understand what your credit rating means, when you know that you don't need to go to the club because you need to go to work the next day. You know what I mean? When you know that you have certain responsibilities in your life, when you know the difference between a friend and a foe, you know what I mean? When you know when to pray, when you know when to make your next move, when you just, and not saying that when we know these things that they're always right. Don't get that. Because, everyone makes mistakes. No one is perfect. I'm clearly aware of that. If the one person, like I always say, the one person that's perfect is all around us. And if anybody claims to be him, I'm going to run for the hills. I need to be sure. You talking about you done arrived and you're the Lord. I need to know that I'm sane, so I'm going to leave. But, I'm not asking for anyone to be perfect. That's not what I'm asking for. What I'm asking for is be goal oriented. Have something going on in your life besides clubbing. You know what I'm saying? Besides hitching a ride. Besides staying with other people. I just need stability in my life. I don't need any more married women, any more straight women, any more curious women. You know what I mean? I mean, all that stuff has become a total dangerous environment. A totally dangerous environment. That's not where I want to put myself. I don't want to put myself in a predicament where I'm with someone that's 20 years old and they come stay with me and we get all this stuff together, and because they were so young when we got together, their parents try to come take everything if something should happen to them. I need somebody with the pure understanding that wills are there for a reason and you can afford to get one. You know what I mean? Who wants to deal with the random madness of just dating random people, not knowing who they are up front, and once you learn who they are, they switch up on you anyway. So it's like, for real. Because we all grow from day to day. We all change from day to day. But if you just have the basics, I mean, these things are pretty basic, aside from the light skin part. But, the shallow end of it, what they're supposed to look like and all that, that's really not important, but it's somewhat important because you're not going to eat a burger that looks like a turd. You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to do it. And I'm not saying that she has to be beautiful to you. I'm saying she has to be beautiful to me. What you call beautiful and what I see as beautiful are two different things, more than likely. Because at the same time, while I think Halle Berry is gorgeous, I also think that Jill Scott is just, oh my God, because of her soul. So don't think that I'm that shallow, because I'm not. Because I would marry Jill Scott in a heartbeat. Trust me. That's just it in a nutshell. I mean, do what you do, but don't hate on what I do. Know what I mean? Peace.